So good evening, Scott and Jaden. How's it going?
All right, Gary, how you doing?
Yeah, good. So this is take two. We tried last night. Bloody thing kept crashing. So hopefully we'll be okay tonight.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Yeah, I'm so glad you found the time to come back on because we were sort of getting into stuff. But what really interests me is, you're a father and son team, um, and I think it'd be really valuable to understand career opportunities for youngsters and how it's all gone. And we were discussing, Scott, that you've had a number of young people work with you and they've all been very
Yeah,
successful. It's all gone really well. Um, and yeah, just be interested really to hear when you started working, Jaden, and how what position you got in the company now and how it's going. So when did it all start?
I'll let Jaden lead for
Yeah,
most of it, mate, because you're better off getting his take on it already.
yeah,
Yeah, so I was about 13 when Dad started the company, and I wanted to work with me dad. I was a young lad, and I got excited about a bit of money. So yeah, I started working dad weekends and holidays and things like that, and then I started tacking off school a little bit for it because I preferred it. But I wasn't one for school, and I know a lot of youngsters aren't, especially ones that go into trades.
yes,
Not really fans of school, and I was exactly like that. So I was going to work more often than I was going to school. But it's paid off. Like I'm 7 years in now at 20 years old, and I I'm a 50-50 partner. I
amazing.
make good money for my age,
Yeah,
and I can't complain. I love what I do.
yeah, it's amazing. Um, we were saying before it crashed last night that your dad was saying that you do everything from looking at jobs, getting materials, pricing up. I mean, I think that's incredible for such a young man to have that skill set.
Yeah, yeah. It all comes as part of being a business owner, so to speak, doesn't it?
Yeah,
You've got to do the whole lot. You can't just show up. It's all the business bills, going out and doing the quoting in your own time and whatnot. It's just part and parcel. But as tedious as it is and goes into your own time, I still enjoy it because I know that I've worked for what I've got and I do well.
yeah. And you were saying as well, you've got a van as well. You sorted yourself out with a van.
Yeah, so just got myself an old little Transit Connect. We're getting that sign written in a few weeks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a bit of a rebrand in a few weeks.
that's good.
But not changing the business name or anything, but just sort of changing the logo up a bit, modernising it. And Jaden come up with the idea because I'm ex-military, sort of incorporating that a little bit as well.
Yeah. So it's all going well for you guys. What was interesting as well is when you mentioned, apart from one occasion when you both went on holiday together, but staggering when you go on holiday. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
nice to have one working and you're still drawing a wage.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
it's a massive help that is.
mm,
Like it really is because obviously everyone knows, especially if you're a one-man band, how difficult it is to save your holiday and everything and then not earn whilst you're away and that sort of thing. And if one of you can be at home and earning still, all right, you don't come back to loads of money,
mm,
but you come back to a bit,
Few
that.
hundred quid to just keep you plodding along while you're getting back into the working.
100%. So what's it like working with the old man then, Jaden?
Mate, I can't complain. A lot of people say they don't get on working with family, but I can say hand on heart that we've never fallen out at work, over work, or even at home. We get on really well. We're more like mates in a way, and it helps a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I was saying my son finished college last year, so he's he's going to be 19 in May. So he's done bits with me over the last sort of 7 or 8 months, and he's enjoyed it. But equally, just recently, he's been sort of doing bits. I've got him to sort of try different stuff out, and he's working in a warehouse. Not that he wants to work in a warehouse, but part of me was like, I didn't want to force his hand in doing what I do. I wanted him to try different bits out. Um, but yeah, I'd be interested to hear your take on it. I mean, obviously you loved it from a young age, Jaden. Um, you know, I don't know why. I don't know whether I'm doing right or wrong by him not working with me more or getting him set up.
I don't
What?
think there is a right or wrong, to be
Nah.
fair, mate. Like, because I did the complete opposite to you.
Mm,
I forced Jaden to go and do something else.
yeah.
So he went to college for 2 years to do plastering.
Yeah.
And since he passed the course, he hasn't picked up a plastering try.
Yeah,
That's a bloody hard job, man.
yeah, I can't be bothered with it, mate. It's just not my sort of thing. I enjoy the decorating. I enjoy what I do. I'm not a massive fan of the prep side of things. So so I'm always skiving a little bit when it comes to prepping a whole house, doing full dustless around the room or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the rest of it, I can't complain. Like even down to the wallpapering. I know a lot of decorators say they don't really like wallpapering, but I love wallpapering, and I'm getting pretty good at it. To be fair.
Yeah. Are you? Did your dad teach you, or did you go to like
Yeah,
an
Dad
academy,
taught
or?
me. So
Mm,
everything I've done to do with decorating, Dad's taught me. The only thing I've gone to do is the plastering at college, and
yeah.
I hated it.
I truly believe, yes, colleges are very good, but you can, if you're working alongside someone, learn so much quicker.
Yeah, yeah,
So
definitely.
my problem with college, right, is, and I noticed this through Jaden doing the plastering. Everything's a perfect world scenario.
Yeah.
So all of the plastering he was doing, he was skimming over brand new plasterboards all the time. And the first time he came out to do a job plastering, it was round a chimney breast, and it was all uneven and everything, and he
Yeah.
really struggled.
Yeah.
And I went back to his tutor and said, can't you stick a hammer through the plasterboard? Can't you make it all uneven so that they've
Yeah.
got something to work over? And
Yeah.
they never did. So I feel that college is for decorating is I don't know, but I would imagine it's very similar. Everything's perfect world.
Well, it has to be, I guess, doesn't it? Not as in it has to be. I'm saying it. You have to be right in what you're saying, because you're going to have a wall, and which is not crooked and not 400 years old, or you know.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I remember years ago I had this plasterer in. He didn't realise the ceiling had distemper on it, and
Right.
I was out of my van. Next minute, he's like, "Come out!" It's all like covered in it. The whole lot just fell down.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
stuff like that you can't account for at college, can you?
No, so I think like training on the job, and for me, I think I find a lot of people in all the different trades, they're like, oh, well, you've got to do the crap jobs because I did the crap jobs when I was young. You've
Mm,
got to do the boring stuff because I did the boring stuff when I was young.
mm,
Whereas I haven't done it that way. Like now, if there's prep to be done, it's usually me that does the prep because Jaden isn't keen, and it's much better time wise and everything to get Jaden like painting ceilings or whatever in another room
yeah.
whilst I'm doing the prep because he's just going to do a lot more work.
Yeah, your sort of strengths and that. And funny enough, my I used to work with my dad, but my dad retired early and then worked with me. But he, by trade, a panel beater and sprayer. So he loved all the prep and sanding and getting it all perfect. Whereas
Yeah,
I'd
Yeah.
much once that side's over, I love painting and decorating.
yeah,
But the initial prep bit, which sadly I know is most of it, um, is yeah, I can find that difficult, especially before Merkers and stuff. But like you say, if you can work with in a team, and Jaden could probably smash a ceiling out quicker than what you can, and do you know what I mean? Like,
Definitely now, definitely now.
yeah,
I would say most things, apart from maybe papering, um, most other things he's passed me speed wise.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You do
Just
need
comes with time, though, doesn't it?
it does, and you do need younger blood coming in to help you as well, don't you?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, sometimes, if you got loads of ceilings to do, I'm like, it's too much for me, Jaden. Yeah, you go for it.
Mind you, it's weird. Last year, the jobs I was on, were all massive jobs. Like I'm talking open plan, kitchen diners, 10 litres on the ceiling. So my son was certainly thrown in the deep end. He was like, Jesus, he goes, I've got respect for your dad because he said, my neck's bloody killing me.
Yeah.
Really big areas, not just your average bedroom or living room. We seem to work on these massive jobs over the last sort of year or so. Um, how do you find it? Um, like as a youngster, I started off years ago working in an office with loads of youngsters around me. We used to go out every Friday, get drunk and have a good social and stuff. How do you find like that side of it, Jane, sort of, working with your dad and stuff? Do
So,
you,
I try and keep all of my friends in a similar position to me. So I've got one friend who's a sparky, I've got another friend who's a plumber, and like all of my friends are in a similar position. So we're all young people in trades, working with people older than us, so to speak.
yeah,
And we all kind of find a middle ground for that. Like we all can all relate to each other on what we've been doing and stuff, even though they're all complete different ends of the spectrum, decorating, plumbing, and electrics.
yes,
But we've all found that middle ground, and we all find time to meet each other and whatnot.
mm,
And it's good to speak to people your own age
yeah,
about how work's going and working with older people and whatnot.
yeah, yeah, because like you say, your dad is not old like me, but we're still like we're not youngsters anymore. So you
Yeah, yeah,
still you want to try and be relevant with youngsters and stuff, but there'd be an element where you're just not. So it's interesting actually, like just something that come to mind with Brush Wizards, where we're predominantly on Facebook. Where do you if you're on socials, where do you kind of speak to people?
So, I use a lot of Facebook
Do you?
because I've grown up so much running a business and that.
Mm,
I use a lot of Facebook. So I speak to my friends on Snapchat or Instagram or whatnot.
yeah,
But a lot of my researching things and looking at different bits and finding out news and stuff like that, that all comes from Facebook because I've grown up using it for the
yeah.
business.
But
I
you
was
use a lot of TikTok. You find a lot of
Yeah,
new
yeah.
new things out. He'll send me a video. It'll be like, "Oh, look at this! I've seen another decorator doing this, or from another country, or whatever. What do you think of this?" And he's just recently started as well, promoting the business on Snapchat.
okay. That's interesting. I've heard of
Ju-
Snapchat for business, but being an old git, that's it's I haven't looked into it.
Yeah, it's just you post stories and whatnot,
Okay,
like you would on Facebook or Instagram. Just post stories and it's just posting pictures of what we're doing, things like that. It's
interesting.
nothing massive and I don't expect it to take off much, but you can kind of just see people in a general area
Hmm.
and click on their story. So it's nice for the odd person who wouldn't know what you're doing to see what you are doing.
Yeah, and I guess yeah, a lot of the reasons I'm asking is like just in the future for like Brush Wizards being a community. We know the rough demographic probably for most of our kind of members in there. Whether there's something we could do for like a younger generation, apprentices, younger people, a place where they can communicate and chat, whether that's we'll maybe speak another time, but I'll be interested to get your take on it. Because like I say, it's helpful for us I've set up like WhatsApp county hubs where people can connect.
Yeah.
That's what we're hoping to build, connect for work and socials. Whether that's something we could look at in the future, perhaps.
Snapchat is the main one for you, really, isn't it?
Yeah,
Majority.
for me and my friends talking, we use Snapchat a lot, but I think you'll find it's different for a lot of different people. Some
Mm,
people use Instagram more, some people use Snapchat more, some people use WhatsApp more of my age group. Like it just depends on who you are, what you've grown up
Yeah,
using and what your friends use.
yeah, yeah. WhatsApp's quite good actually. So it's something we can look into because, like you say, it might be people in your position, you're more experienced at a young age, where you might be able to help people and stuff.
I
Um,
think Jaden would be an excellent young people mentor.
yeah,
Because he started so young and he's got such a wide breadth of experience
yeah,
um, for people who are just starting out, because there isn't many. Like,
no,
you don't get many young people decorating. You see all the kids leave school that want to be plumbers and sparkies. You don't get many decorators. So I
no.
think Jaden's a great advocate and mentor for the trade as a whole.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we can keep talking and just, because yourself, Scott and Jaden, like I work with lots of companies. They're always looking for young, inspirational people to work with and collaborate with. You must have seen it yourself on TikTok, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
I don't know if you saw just because I know you see bits of ours come up in that, Gary.
Mm,
I don't know if you saw the other week. So we posted a video. It was some paneling upstairs and papering above. A job that we'd done. So basically, I was off for the day. It was my daughter's birthday, and Jaden finished it off. So you'd done most of the paneling
yeah,
on
yeah,
that set of stairs, because we've started doing paneling as well now.
yeah, it's popular, yeah.
We panelled up the stairs, so Jaden did majority of that himself. I sort of helped out a bit, and then when I had the day off, he finished off the paneling and papered the top half of the stairs all in this Laura Ashley paper.
Hmm.
It looked absolutely fantastic. Really, really good job he'd done.
Yeah,
But one of my issues with Jaden is, if I'm there, he's fine. He doesn't question anything. If I'm not there, he questions himself non-stop. And
yeah,
and I had really terrible signal. And he's phoning. He's like, "Oh, I'm not sure how good it looks and whatever." And I got there the next day, and I was like, "Mate, it is fantastic. There's nothing wrong with it at all."
yeah, yeah. But that's
I
like
think,
comes with experience, doesn't it? Like it's good that you care. Do you know what I mean? You want to get it right for the
yeah, yeah.
customer.
Your biggest critic's always yourself, isn't it?
100%. Yeah. But there's decorators who've been going for decades which still struggle with anxiety the night before a new job or
Yeah,
something
Yeah.
like that. It's not even about the decorating, it's just about your self-belief and what you tell yourself. But, definitely listen to your dad, and if he says he's happy, then you know it's right.
yeah,
With him
yeah,
let you know.
Oh, my standard is, it really is always number one is the customer.
Yeah.
If the customer's over the moon and happy, you've won,
Yeah. Yeah.
really.
Because over years, you get that one happy customer. Well, that's a job for life in the sense there would always be another room that's got to be done, and it just over time, that's why word of mouth is brilliant, but it takes time to get word of mouth. So that's when some people struggle. Um, so you don't see yourself as one of these influencers then, Jaden. You see a lot of them. I don't know how they get time to,
What was
to
it you
post and
said
edit.
earlier?
Like,
What was it you said earlier about rich and
I
famous?
said I like the idea of being rich, but I hate the idea of being famous.
do you know what? Even I done a call with Adam. So it's like we use this software, this podcast software. I called our mate up, Adam, called him on site. He was using Tickerilla Optiva Primer. So we just called like this, and then we can like edit bits from the conversation, but it's just something different than people showing paint going on the wall or cutting in. It's a conversation
Yeah,
about the product, which is pretty good. But yeah, I was winding him up today. I said, "Oh, you've had loads of comments." He's like, "Oh, it's because I'm brilliant." I said, "No, because people are trolling you, sort of laughing at us and stuff like that." And you think, "Oh, how sad are people?" And that's just, I'm not an influencer. It's a small scale. Like you say, if you're a proper influencer in the decorating trade, oh man, you get some grief, don't you?
Yeah, massively.
Yeah, Paint Warrior, for example, you see some of the comments on his
Oh mate,
videos, people going, "Oh, you've not done that properly. Oh, that's a rubbish job."
yeah,
And you're just like, what's the point? You can see it's a decent job
yeah,
from any perspective. And there's
yeah,
just people out there to try and annoy people.
yeah. It's weird. I had a comment a couple of days ago. Friend of mine on the podcast, and some guy commented saying joint IQ of 8, like that. So I was like, oh, I appreciate the compliment, mate. You know, I think a high IQ is like 150 or something, isn't it? So
Yeah.
obviously saying we were dumb, but it's all good fun.
But no, I mean, working together as it does work well. I've had to change because I'm ex-military. So timings was, a real stickler for me. If he was 30 seconds late out of bed, I was pulling my hair out. But I've learnt to compromise, and we sort of have worked things out together over the years, and that sort of thing. It's not all plain sailing. I can't say everything's perfect and rosy, but we don't fall out. And I think we've now got to a point where Jaden is 20, and we've got to a point where everything is at a balance, and we know how to compromise,
Yes,
both of us. So like, I wanted to leave work for work at sort of around 8, quarter past 8. Jaden wanted to leave at like 9, quarter past 9. So we sort of met in the middle. We tend to leave about half 8, quarter to 9.
yeah. I think that's
Um,
the point as well. Like with my son, he'd kind of not roll out of bed, but no, he could be quite flexible, with me, and it would annoy me a little bit. So the job he's just done doing warehouse work, one shift was like a 6 a.m. start. So he was having to get up at 5:30. And just little things like that has been good in the short term to install a bit of discipline and show that even working with me, not that he ever found it hard as such, but how
quite
easy it
easy
can
going.
be,
Yeah.
like, whereas this warehouse job, he's like, first day, he's like, oh my God, he said, I can't take it. And he stuck with it and he made friends and kind of, he hates it, but he made the most of it. And he's shown willing that he really wants to work and earn money. So I think it's done him good in the short term. And I think he will go back into decorating in some shape or form.
I think an important thing is, like we were saying about like people of old, and that saying, oh no, you do the prep because I had to do the prep, and you do the sweeping up because I had to do the sweeping up.
Mm,
I think for me, you need to keep them engaged. They're young, they've got wandering minds, and they're finding their feet and all that sort of thing, and they're wanting to know, do I want to do this job? do
yes.
do I really want to do this? So you can't just make them do the boring stuff. So, all right, yeah, you're on a customer's house, yes, everything's got to be right, but at the end of the day, it's paint. It can be
Yeah.
painted over.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
if you say to them, right, cut this feature wall in, if they don't cut it in perfect, it's not the end of the world. You go back, or you stay an extra half an hour, but give them that incentive, give them that bit of responsibility, and you can also put the onus on them money wise as well, because I think a lot of people don't value the young people enough money wise. So not necessarily put them on price work, but say to them, if you work hard and we get this room finished today, I'll chuck you an extra 15 quid, 20 quid, whatever, on your wages this week. Things like that. And like stuff like, all right, yeah, on a Friday, we're going to have a Fat Boy Friday. So every Friday, I'm going to buy you a KFC,
Yeah.
Mackey's, whatever.
Little treat.
Just, yeah, just keep them engaged.
Yeah. Yeah.
And also tell them when they're doing good. Don't, you know, people are quick to be on their back when they're young, like, oh, you haven't done this properly. Oh, you haven't done that properly. but they forget to say to them, "Oh, you know what? You've done really well there.
Yeah,
That's really good job."
yeah. I said to my son, like, I got him straight away. Like you say, old school mentality is like, oh, I prepped for a year and rubbed down, and if a 20-year-old or 19-year-old sticks out rubbing down for a year, you got a bloody good gem there. You know what I mean? But
Yeah, yeah,
you got to get him involved, and my son, he didn't work loads and loads with me, but he's rolling out ceilings, rolling out walls, bit of prep, you know, and just getting involved with all of it. And I did enjoy, injected a bit of fun into it, put his songs on,
yeah,
um, before I'd listen to the radio or podcast or whatever, but he'd get some of his music on and he'd have a dance and a bit of a laugh. And they do inject more energy, which I think you
yeah,
need,
yeah,
especially
definitely.
if you've been doing it for a long time. You need some fresh
I'm
blood.
quite lucky. I'm quite lucky music wise because Jaden's music tastes are mostly about 20, 30 years old.
Funny enough, my son recently, when he worked with me, he'd been working in this warehouse, had a few days off, and I put 80s music on. He's like, "Oh, I love this, Dad." He's like, "That's what they listen to in the warehouse. I love all the 80s stuff." But yeah, no, it's good. I mean, I just think now, Jaden, like, you've just got, you know, the world's your oyster in the sense of what you can do with your career. You can
Yeah,
really
yeah,
look to specialize now, doing spraying or look. What my advice to you, and probably your dad's as well, is like, look at the jobs that are less taxing on your body, quicker turnaround, and pay the most money. If you can work
yeah.
it out,
That's what he's always said.
specialize in those sort of jobs. Don't
Got
just do your bedrooms every week and living rooms or whatever.
Yeah,
What
yeah,
earns you the most money?
bought a sprayer, didn't you?
yeah, yeah,
Jaden bought it. Like you've only had to go a couple of times, didn't
yeah.
you? But a regular customer, he sprayed some doors and spindles and whatever, and just sort of learning a little bit with it,
It's
really.
not one of the proper ones. I think it's called HVLP.
Yes,
It's one of the ones that comes on a little rack, and you just top the paint up in the bottom and just
yes,
go about with it. Decent little bit of kit. It wasn't too expensive or anything, but it's just kind of I don't want to go and spend 1,500 quid on a full spraying system and then go, oh yeah, I don't like doing this.
yeah. Are you in Spray Wizards group? Are you in that group?
No,
No, I
no,
You
don't
no,
should
think
no.
so.
you should join it. There's a couple of lads in there which do some amazing spraying, and one bit of kit he demonstrated. It was he'd done the ceiling already. The ceiling was in white. Um, he'd cut in a dark blue from the ceiling edge down about 6 inches, and then he was using this spray machine with no guard to protect the ceiling, and there was just no overspray. Like, this bit of kit was just insane.
That's good. Yeah, yeah, that
So
is
if you
good.
I mean, I don't know spraying, but if you learn about that sort of stuff, like you say,
Yeah,
when you're
yeah,
doing woodwork, spindles, there's minimal overspray. That's the type of stuff where you think, Christ, that could really speed a job up.
yeah, yeah,
I'll make sure I'll invite you into it and connect you with him, not to buy, but just to see it in action.
yeah,
Because
yeah. Just have a look.
We're
yeah,
all about the easiest, most like stress-free and less taxing on your body options as possible.
yeah, yeah. Years ago when I started, I would take on any old job, and I took on some shit jobs. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
look
been
back
there,
and
done that.
yeah, oh man. I always repeat it because it still scarred me. In my early days, I'd done this exterior of this house, like this all wood cladding. It was tons of it. I was using saddling, and saddling was expensive at the time, and I just underestimated so much. Like, the first coat of saddling sucked it in. I don't think it'd been done for like 30 years. I think my profit was about 50p on the job. So by the time I paid all the other lads and that, I was like, fuck
We've
this shit,
we've got
man. I'm,
one.
I'm not doing it again.
We've got one exactly the same. It was a full rendered house, but it was real deep old pebble dash.
Oh man, yeah,
The whole house, and yeah,
Had to do the
mass.
whole thing with a brush, didn't
Yeah,
you?
it was
yeah,
so deep that we ended up doing the whole thing with a brush. I genuinely felt like my hand was going to fall
yeah.
off,
I've had a
and
few of them.
I was like, never again. And
I,
I do turn. In fact, both of us do, really, don't we? We turn quite a few things down. We've got to the point in the business where we can be a bit more picky and go, yeah, I don't want to do that.
yeah, I had one exactly like you were describing, and funny enough, I had an apprentice or a young lad on it, and he lasted a day, and I'm not surprised because I was doing it and I couldn't feel my wrists at the end of it. And
Yeah,
this poor
it's
young
horrible.
lad, he was just, it like scarred him for life. He's like, no chance am I doing this. But then, like you say, if you knew how to spray and had the right equipment, you
Yeah,
could
Yeah, it make a whole
specialize in
lot
those
easier.
jobs and earn really well because you got the equipment for it.
Yeah,
the
Yeah.
job that no one wants.
So, yeah, it's really good what you're doing. I just think I think you should work, Jaden, try and work with a few companies. Tell them your
yeah, look
story, what
into
you're
it.
doing.
So you got he's not exactly worked with companies, but he's been in the paper and got to.
I got to the semi-finals of the Screwfix Trade Apprentice.
Did you? Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
Was
amazing.
that two years
yeah.
ago?
2 years ago.
2 years ago, semi-finals in the Screwfix Trade Apprentice of the Year.
Yeah, deservedly so, because it, I agree getting youngsters in, but equally, there's a lot of young men and women which aren't prepared to put the work in. It
Yeah,
is,
Yeah,
it feels like, I may be wrong, but a generation where they feel they can earn money on bloody TikTok or whatever, when it's just
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
the reality is very few people that kind of
It's
do
the
it.
1%, isn't it?
Yeah.
yeah. You'll have to tell Gary about Jack.
So we've got a young lad who lives just round the corner from us, and he's been working himself since what was he about 7 or 8?
Yeah,
He was going around doing the bins with his granddad. His granddad was a bin man.
Hmm.
He was going around doing the bins with his granddad. And he did that for 5 or 6 years. Unfortunately, his granddad passed away, and he's struggling with school and things. Like it isn't for him. He's got ADHD. He just wants to work. That's all he wants to do. So me and Dad have gone round to him today, and we've got him coming with us tomorrow,
Brilliant.
just to give him a chance, give him a bit of experience doing something, get him out of the school mindset because it isn't for everyone.
No, it isn't. How old's
But
this lad?
I was 15.
15.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
I think a lot of painters I spoke to do have ADHD. A lot struggled at school. Yeah, I'm the same like with you. If school like it suited my daughters, but my son no way. For him
yeah,
to sit still for like hours on end, even as a kid, was just impossible. Especially when he was young, and then he'd say, "Oh, your son's naughty because he's not sitting still." Well, yeah, because he's 8 years old. Yeah, you don't want to be sitting there listening to crap. So I do agree with you. I think the trades are really suitable for certain type of people as well. So yeah, that's
yeah.
brilliant.
But this lad, his teachers tell him he's misbehaved at school and everything. But every weekend, you see this young lad go around with a trailer, go around the estate, pick up scrap metal, and walk it down to the scrapyard.
Amazing.
Like he's a young lad who's got a very good work ethic,
Yeah,
and it's just like school isn't for everyone.
it
And
isn't.
I don't understand why it's drilled into everyone that you have to go to school and you have to get good grades and this and that
Yeah,
because it's not the only way to live your life.
no. And also, you have to stay on now till 18.
Yeah,
I don't get it. Why do you have to do that? I know they can't have all kids just roaming around and not working or doing stuff, but if you're not that way inclined and you want to work and got the opportunity to work, why not work?
Yeah, I
yeah,
totally agree, mate. Yeah,
Yeah.
it it weren't for me. It weren't for Jaden. It's not for my daughter.
Mm,
My eldest son. Yeah, for him it was great. He did school, sixth form, university, the lot. He loved it.
yeah.
But the other two, no, they hated it. Absolutely hated it. And I think I personally think the education system is broken completely. and I don't think it is designed to cater for people. I
in the
think,
modern day.
yeah, I think it massively needs to branch off more.
It does.
Really does. You know, get kids in colleges younger,
Yeah.
and give more incentive to us as tradesmen to say, rather than like, oh, here's £1,000 to take an apprentice or whatever. Here you go. The kid's not in school anymore. He's your responsibility. He's doing college a couple of days and he's with you doing an apprenticeship from 14, for instance. But rather than us, the government, having to pay for him to be in school, we're going to pay you instead to
Yeah.
teach him.
Yeah. And there must be
We,
thousands of kids in that situation.
yeah.
Yeah.
So if someone contacted me and said, right, we've got an apprentice, we want you to take him, blah 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 blah, and I'm like, okay, but it doesn't really financially work for me. But if they said the costs are covered
Yes.
because he's not in school, so we'll cover the costs, great. I'll take him, I'll teach him, I'll set him on a good path
Yes.
over those years where he's messing about in school or whatever. I can give him direction, purpose, discipline, all that sort of thing. So, but they just don't give enough incentive as employers for us to do it, really.
No, I agree. Definitely. So, what's your plans going forward, guys? I mean, are you obviously going to be working together for a few years? What's your vision for the future, Jaden? Is it like to run a team of decorators, or you not got that far yet?
To be honest, I'm quite happy the way we go. Like I have no necessarily desire to be the richest or the best in the world or the biggest company. I'm just happy with what I do. I enjoy working with my dad. I enjoy what I do. I, I'm not trying to be greedy about it. Like I don't need 20 people under us working. If I can just go the rest of my life working with my dad and doing what I enjoy, I can't ask for anything else.
We have a
Perfect.
very nice work-life balance, really. So because people often say to us, "Oh, well, if you started at 8 and if you work till 6 or whatever," and me and Jaden are like, we're happy. Like we leave the house 8:30, 8:45. Most of our jobs are within 10-15 minutes of the house, and we generally, in the winter, we probably finish at 4. In the summer, we'll, depending on the job, we'll finish between 4 and 5. We're not out to bust ourselves.
No, life is a balance, and over the years, I've not had a balance correct and work weekends and stuff, but you just end up spending the extra money anyway.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
It doesn't.
absolutely.
You just live to your means, and
I I think sometimes people's problem with having a business or being self-employed, they're always thinking, oh, how can I grow this? How can I make it bigger? How can I make it better? How can I
mm,
do that? You don't have to.
mm,
You don't always have to make it bigger and better and everything. If you're good at what you do and you're earning what you need to or what you want to, why give yourself more stress?
yeah. And I guess now with Jaden starting and being established at such a young age, if you get investments right and putting money aside from such a young age, you're going to be sorted by the time you want to retire anyway.
Yeah, yeah,
I
that's
think
it.
that's important to, again, from experience and myself not doing it, to implement. That's a conversation for another time and with an expert. But if you can implement that from a young age, you're going to be sorted, because a lot of decorators regret the fact that they haven't put money aside or don't have a pension,
Yeah,
and you
that's
have to
me.
keep working really hard.
Yeah, yeah. So next year I'm looking at investing in some form of property.
Brilliant.
Obviously I've just turned 20. I want to waste some money. I want to get an old BMW and things like that.
Yeah,
But next year I want to sort of lock in on exactly what I want to do and look at buying a property of some description, whether that be for myself or to do up and sell on.
yeah,
I don't know yet, but all I know is that money is safe in property. Like houses go up, they don't go down really.
yeah.
And
Perfect.
no matter what, it's a safe investment.
Yeah. Well, you got your head screwed on, and testament to your dad. Done a good job, Scott.
And himself as well, and our head of HR as well, my wife. Like when things do go a little bit haywire, and she's the third and deciding vote.
Yeah. Did she help with running a bit your business a bit and paperwork and stuff? Or
No, not so much because she's self-employed as well.
I see. Yeah.
Um, but it's more bouncing ideas and plans and like if me and Jaden do disagree on things or whatever, she'll say, "Oh well, actually, I think the dad's
Yeah.
is better," or
She's
she'll
she's a good
quite often,
mediator.
yeah, she'll quite often, say to me, "Right, remember, he's still a young lad. Give him a bit of a break," or
Yeah.
So she is really good and sort of mediates well. Not that we need a lot of it, but and it's just with different ideas we might have. Like we were setting up the new sign writing we're going to have for the vans and the new logo, and I liked one, Jaden liked the other, so she took the deciding vote and chose Jaden's.
Yeah. My wife would probably do the same. Um, just quickly before you go, I know it's been a long day for you guys. I don't want to keep you anymore, but you started a Facebook group, didn't you?
Yes.
Like with trusted tradesmen, and I done that
Yeah.
years ago, and I didn't use it for a long time, but it works really well for me. So me as a decorator, all my old customers would be in the group. They'd see my projects. I'd also recommend other trades, get networking with other trades. Are you just dabbling with yours at the moment or looking to do
Yeah,
more with
yeah.
it?
So I'm I'm not really basing it about me.
Mm,
Um, I don't actually post in it that much myself.
yeah.
Um, it's more literally about having local trades that are trusted because we go so many places and see so many people ripped off with bad work or not coming back after they've been paid and stuff like that. Like one this week, I fixed an old lady's loft hatch catch because it she had to screw it shut. But the way the loft ladder's been put in, if you open the loft hatch or if a lorry goes past the house, it comes flying down.
Oh, Jesus.
And
Not on
and
that
she
in the
paid
middle of the night, would you, walking past?
no, and she's paid to
But
have
that's
that done.
exactly what she had. She had that in the middle of the night. A lorry go past, the ladder come crashing down, and she's a
Jesus.
little old lady. She can't put it back up herself.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Oh,
that's what my group is about. It's about finding people who are recommended by the local community and say, yeah, this guy did a good job.
but what I would say is like you don't want to be like you say spamming it and you don't need to, but if like the banner of that group is your company, if you post, I'm a believer in posting a job you've done, not selling it, just saying, "Oh, look at this job we used Dulux whatever or this was the color for it." You don't have to sell it. You just people will know what you guys are all about and
That's mostly what our posts
yeah.
are, to be honest. Usually a before and after type thing, and
Yeah.
and we post them on that group and a few local groups and what have you,
Yeah.
and that's majority. I don't tend to try to push or sell too much. I just I try. I don't know. Try for more organic, if you like.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good. Right. Jaden's yawning. He's knackered. He needs to. It's a long day, man, isn't it? Especially being on the go
Yeah,
since,
yeah,
and you've been doing your golf.
Been off and had his golf lesson, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So listen, I'm so glad it worked tonight and it didn't crash. I'm so glad we got the opportunity to talk to you, Scott and Jaden, to hear your story. I think it'd be really valuable for young people coming into the trade. So I'm going to post a lot about this and different clips which we spoke about.
Yeah.
Um, so
And I'm
yeah,
happy for you to tag me, Gary. And if any young people want to talk about my experience or anything, then I'm happy to speak to anyone, mate.
yeah, that's awesome. And we'll keep talking because there's got to be a way. Whether it could be just with what we're doing now with the WhatsApp hubs, but getting youngsters involved a bit more. And part of what I'm going to be doing is the directory we've got is getting apprentices to sign up to it. So in the future, we've got their data and can hopefully connect them with other companies. Um,
Jaden's also like I trust him to organise things and stuff like that. So,
yeah,
if you need a hand, say for instance, because like the Nottingham group are having a meetup.
yes,
So I've been speaking to people on there. If you want Jaden to try and help you organise something, for younger people,
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
uh, a bit of a meetup for younger people or whatever,
yeah,
I'm sure he'd help you out and try and bounce you some ideas and that sort of thing
yeah.
for.
I reckon we can create something. Definitely. Yeah, it's brilliant. Right, chaps, I'll let you get to your evening. I really appreciate you coming on.
No problem at all,
Nice one,
Gary.
mate.
You take care, yeah?
All right, cheers, pal. See ya.
Bye bye.
Bye.